everyone. Today I want to cover a topic that has changed a lot for me. It's pretty much changed my entire life, and I do credit a lot of the things that I've achieved, not just weight loss, like financial structure, the way my family operates, everything in my life around this topic. So, I'm hoping that you can use this advice and apply it to your own life and that you'll find it very useful. The topic today is learning to control impulses. We all know what it's like to be in a store and see something on the shelf and you don't need it, but you see it and you want it. And you're thinking to yourself, my husband's going to be mad, or I'm going to be mad later if I buy this. I know I don't need it, but lo and behold, you end up with it in your cart and you buy it. And you didn't need it, but you couldn't control your impulse to do it. Or for another example, um, you've had your healthy dinner, you drank your water, it's 9 o'clock at night, you're feeling great, and then you see a commercial for chocolate cake. And you just happen to know that down the street there's a bakery or Starbucks or something that has single serving chocolate cake. Next thing you know, you're in your car, 9:30 at night, going there, buying the chocolate cake, bringing it home and eating it. And you've just canceled out all your efforts for the day and you're like, why did I do that? Because you let your impulse take over. And I used to be the same way. In my household, there's often food that is not stuff I should be eating, and it's not stuff that is on my list, per se, of healthy food. I have two daughters who are 5 and 6, and a husband who could literally eat every single thing in the house and not gain a pound. So, as hard as we try to buy only healthy foods and keep it structured, we do have things in the house that I know I can't eat, but they're there. So when I started on my journey, I had a really hard time controlling my impulses, and I had so many days where I got my workout in, I ate really, really healthy, I did really, really well, and around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, just when I should have been going to bed and have a big smile on my face and be satisfied with the work I did, I went to the fridge and ate something I shouldn't have. And that would just drive me insane. And I did it all the time. So I had to find a coping mechanism. I had to learn how to control my impulses. And I had no idea how to do that because I'd spent my entire life being able to get away with those things. So I talked to a friend of mine who was very into yoga. She was very into meditation and spiritual awareness and self-improvement, and she was very, very strict. She was a vegan. She ate like a bunny all day long, and I asked her. I went for tea with her one night, and I just asked her simply, how do you live such a strict lifestyle? How can you control the urge not to go and get a donut or to eat chocolate cake or pizza or whatever it is? And she just kind of, without thinking, said, I meditate. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting, because I had never tried to meditate. I had no idea what meditation was, and never in my life had I tried to apply it to anything. It was actually, I think what I said to her is, oh, I can't do that. And she looked at me like I was crazy because anyone can meditate. And I said, no, 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 not me. Like, I'm not going to sit there, like, with my hands, legs crossed, hands in the air, and hum to myself for an hour every day. And she was like, what are you talking about? That's not even what meditation is. And I thought that was really funny. So she taught me. We're sitting having tea in a little cafe, And she taught me in less than 10 minutes how to meditate. And to this day, I still apply this method to my everyday life. And it's so simple. I can't promise it's going to work for you, but it's so worth a try. I was so negative back then, and I was so sure that it would not work for me. But I did it consistently, and eventually it did work, and I still do it. And it's so simple. All she told me to do was, we're sitting at a table. She said, close your eyes and just try to think about nothing. And listen to yourself inhale and exhale. So, we're sitting in a busy cafe and I'm trying to do this. I got my eyes closed and I'm trying to listen to them, and I just thoughts galore. So she said, okay, tonight when you get home, where it's quiet, where you can, and I suggest you all try this, and don't do it in a cafe because it didn't work for me. Find a spot, even if you're laying in bed, like laying in your bed and you're ready to go to sleep. I do it at that point too. I do it all day long unconsciously now, but a good place to start would be, you're in bed, it's quiet, it's dark, there's no distractions. So simply, something I did a lot is I would set the timer on my phone for 5 minutes, and I would lay down, or sometimes I would just sit in my bedroom and I would close my eyes. And instead of listening to my breathing, in my head, I would say the words inhale as I inhaled and exhale as I exhaled. And I would focus on those words. Inhale, exhale. And every time something crept into my mind, oh, did I turn off the light? Or, oh, did I turn off the TV? You have to push it out. And it's something you have to do. You have to practice. It's just like a muscle. You have to practice it. And they do say the people who have the hardest time doing this, quieting your mind, stilling your mind, are the people who become the best at meditation. Because you have to try that much harder to block out your thoughts, to block out everything, and return to really, really focusing on those words. Inhale, exhale. So my little experiment for today is for you guys to find a quiet spot, dark, light, doesn't matter, just a nice quiet spot where you're not overwhelmed with sounds and things around you. Set your phone for 5 minutes. Sit down or lay down, however you wish, and just close your eyes. And in your head, as you inhale, say inhale. As you exhale, say exhale. And focus on those words as you inhale, as you exhale. And try to do it for 5 minutes. Now, your mind is going to flood with thoughts. I'm going to tell you that right now, unless you're a very experienced person in the art of meditation. What makes meditation work is pushing those away, is learning to keep focusing on those words. Inhale, exhale. Now, if you do this, you wait till your timer goes off on your phone for 5 minutes, you're eventually going to find that you start doing it in other places in life. And for me, when I have an impulse, I think, I really want another dessert. It doesn't matter where I am, how busy it is, how crazy it is. I just kind of center myself and I inhale and I exhale just for, 2 or 3 minutes, and it steadies me. It slows down your heart because we all have a physical reaction to temptation and impulse. So you can slow down your breathing, slow down your heart rate, and push out the temptation. You will find, and I mean, you need to do this on a regular basis if you really want it to work. And I know it sounds all guru and spiritual and all that. I said the same thing, but it works. It really does work. If you can learn to focus on your inhale, exhale, when you come to a point where you have this great temptation, this great urge for something, and you center yourself and you just think, inhale, exhale, just for a few minutes, you'll find your entire system calms down and you focus on something else. It goes away. You get so good at pushing your thoughts out of the way that it becomes like almost like second nature. And I do it all the time now. I do it when I'm folding laundry. I do it when I'm making dinner for my kids. I do it when I'm bathing them. I do it in the shower. You learn to focus on what you're doing, and it's called mindfulness. You start to really think about what you're doing as you're doing it, if it's right or wrong. And if it's wrong, you focus back to what's right. So give it a shot. Set your phone for 5 minutes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's so easy. And I guarantee you, if you start doing this on a daily basis, 5 minutes of your day, you'll start to see a dramatic change when it comes to fighting impulses and temptation.